everyone, Nick here, hope you guys are doing well, and procrastination seems to be a reflexive, almost instinctive part of us. We've all been there, replacing that important, time-sensitive task in exchange for a mindless distraction that appears to be more fulfilling in the short term. Now, while exceptions do exist, I'm pretty sure we can all find that small, imperfect area of our lives where, for no justifiable reason, we seem to delay doing that thing which could actually help or better us. To be human then seems to be a procrastinator, and honestly, it's not something I'm particularly fond of. And I do consider myself decently good at the whole avoiding procrastination thing, so today's video is a guide on how you can take the necessary steps to never procrastinate again. But before I jump in, I also want to learn a little bit more about the topic, so give me a sec.
Like a guy, you could treat me right. Boy, take a chance, will you let me ride?
Alright, here's what I found. Procrastinators often tend to follow the wrong set of guidelines whenever it comes to fixing their habits. They try to minimize their commitments and assume that if they have fewer things to do, then they'll simply stop procrastinating and get them done. But the problem with that approach is that it goes against the fundamental nature of what it means to procrastinate. Those 2 or 3 things that you have dialed your list down to will then become the most important things to do. And because you're a procrastinator, you'll find some way to shoo them to the side and instead do nothing. And this is not a way to become an effective human being. Instead, it's a guaranteed path to become a couch potato. So how do you fix this and go about getting stuff done? Well, for one, I point you to one of my favorite quotes by President Dwight D. Eisenhower. What is important is seldom urgent, and what is urgent is seldom important. In other words, the most important tasks are usually the ones that are not that time sensitive. They can be completed in parts, they have several steps, and they usually have longer deadlines. On the other hand, the most urgent tasks are usually not the ones that are the most important. They can be easily delegated to other people or accomplished in a few moments. So my first piece of advice is to look at your schedule or set of goals and divide the two into a set of goals that are important and ones that are urgent. And I think what you'll find is that we spend way too much time on the things that are urgent that can be easily accomplished or delegated instead of the tasks that are important and require a steady, incremental effort or workload. Once you have that list and this manageable set of goals or tasks that are both important and urgent, make sure you commit meaningful progress every single day to every single task. But make sure to contribute twice as much time to all that is important as opposed to all that is urgent. All technicalities aside, the biggest piece of advice that I have for you is to not be mechanical with why you're doing something. Think of it this way. Working hard at something that you don't value or enjoy is not working hard, it's just wasting your time. Moreover, if something is profound or meaningful enough, I guarantee that you won't be procrastinating at it. So why not make that the exclusive part of your schedule? Now I get it, exceptions do exist and it's really hard to follow that mentality full bore, but try your best to. The reason I think we all procrastinate is because of choosing activities that are meaningful and really important to us. We instead replace them with these small distractions that can offer us a fulfilling experience in the short term, like pulling out your phone or playing a video game or hanging out with friends. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but fast forward to your future self and ask yourself, is this what I want to see 5, 6, 7 years down the road in myself? Inculcate those beliefs and those values. Think about the attributes and the defining traits of your character that you want to carry with you into the next 5, 10, 20 years of your life. And come back to the present and ask yourself, is what I'm about to do next going to create that person, or is it going to be a mindless distraction? I found that this mentality, more so than anything, is the key to not being a procrastinator. Whenever you're about to make a mistake or fall into a bad habit, ask yourself, am I on the path to become my future self, or am I stalling my transformation? On a final note, I will quickly address the idea of not being in the right mood to do something. I think this is the most poisonous mentality to have when you're not trying to be a procrastinator. If you try hard enough, you can always find an excuse to do something later or push it off to next week or next month or next year, and it's all bad news. Look to who you want to be, not to who you are, and ask yourself these really important questions. And I guarantee you, if you let them guide you every single day, you will cease to be a procrastinator in any way, shape, or form. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'm so appreciative of your viewership. If you enjoyed this video, let me know down below in the comments. If you didn't, also let me know down below. Shout me out on social media, follow me on Instagram and Twitter, subscribe to my newsletter. But without further ado, and most importantly, I will catch you guys in the next one.